Okay, so I think we're ready to start. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our February demo day of Gross Law Firm. For those who don't know me yet, my name is Yarden Ariel Cohen, and I'm the Business Development Coordinator of the high-tech practice in our firm. High-tech practice in our firm has over 60 lawyers that are dedicated to high-tech and venture clients that operate in a variety of technology and innovation fields. And today we have with us 5 exciting startups that operate in different verticals and address different problems. And I will let them tell you all about it in the next hour. So I want to thank you all for joining us today and invite Dr. Ayal Shenhav, Head of High Tech and Venture Capital Practice in our firm, to say a few words before we start.
Yeah, thank you, Yarden. And this is the 4th demo day. So we're trying to look back at what we did so far. So far, this is, as I said, the 4th event. So we have every event is 5 companies. So we have 20 companies, including the 5 companies presenting today. And you have the logos, you see the logos on the left side. And we've been very fortunate to have many leading VCs and the angels participate so far. And you see some of the logos of the VCs that have been active and participating in the demo day. So thank you, everybody. And it's been very successful. There have been many follow-up introductions between the participants and the companies presenting. And our goal is to continue to make this once a month and hopefully do the better, improve the ecosystem and make everybody successful. So without further ado, I'll let Yarden present the first company. And again, thank you everybody for joining us and looking forward to an eventful event.
Thank you, Ayal. I will ask all the panelists that we have here today with us to open their camera for a second so I can introduce all of you, and then we can start. I see, yeah, we have all of them. Okay, so first of all, we have Avi Moskovich, founder and CEO of PDQ. PDQ allows its user to manage each order with the efficiency of Amazon, the speed of Walt, and the simplicity of Wix. And we have with us Dotan Tamir, co-founder and CEO of Click2. Click2 is the platform that brings enrichment education businesses online, providing them with user-friendly tools to deliver engaging experiences while empowering their brand. We have Ravit. I don't see if she opened her camera. Okay, we have Ravit, co-founder and CEO of Wellbeat. Wellbeat supports healthcare organizations with a modular SaaS patient engagement solution that creates tailored interactions to empower professional teams and the patient themselves. We have Tal Amram, co-founder and CEO at Creambow. Creambow enables financial institutions to offer digital assets, thus bringing digital assets trading to a bank near you. And we have Bill Richardson, CEO of Famer. Famer is a sports coaching and mentorship platform that enables group, teams, and personal training programs with interactive feedback between trainees, coaches, and clubs. So thank you guys for joining us today, and I'm excited to see your pitches today. And I will go again for a second about how the event will work. Each panelist will have approximately 8 minutes to give their pitch, and then we will they will be answered to answer your question. So if you have any questions, send it in the chat or in the Q&A box. You have it in the bar below, and they will make sure to answer it. And that's it. I think we're ready to start. So let's start with Avi from PDQ. I will stop sharing my screen.
Thanks, Yarden, and thanks to Gross for hosting this demo day. We're excited to be here, and thanks everybody who came to watch. As Yarden mentioned, PDQ, which is pretty damn quick, helps manage each order with the efficiency of Amazon, the speed of Walt, and the simplicity of Wix. We connect any e-commerce platform with any shipping method to deliver on the merchant's customer promise on time. In the process of launching the Beer Bazaar online store just about 1.5 years ago, I met my partner and co-founder, Liran Erez, and together we quickly discovered that there's a challenge with logistics for small, medium businesses. The challenge is that most merchants who open up online stores, e-commerce stores, our mom, pops, husband, wives, people who go into this business to make the world a better place, to make people happy, to see people smile. But very quickly they realized that the challenge of logistics makes it very difficult to have happy customers. There are errors in deliveries, there's limited tracking and reporting, all kinds of time management challenges, and they find themselves spending a lot of time apologizing for delays and various other challenges with the package. So we said to ourselves, imagine a world where small merchants provide Amazon-like delivery methods, meeting customer expectations without any prior knowledge of logistics or technical expertise. And the solution we came up with was PDQ. It allows for increased capacity each day and allows merchants with no technical experience or logistical knowledge to manage their entire process in 5 simple clicks. The technology allows merchants to have full visibility from checkout to delivery. We integrate with all e-commerce platforms, Shopify, and a host of others. We integrate with every possible delivery method, from the classic traditional carriers like FedEx, UPS, DHL, and so on, to last mile carriers, scooters, and otherwise, and even autonomous vehicles and drones, which we're seeing more and more entering the market. We believe delivery is at the center of the customer experience, and by adding a crucial layer across checkout, delivery, fulfillment, and shipping, we're able to provide a seamless process for the customer. And you find that when you deliver as promised, you're able to increase your Net Promoter Score, customer retention, and revenues, while reducing labor, customer service, and returns. Part of this process for us with PDQ is also about learning with every order that we process. We're able to increase and improve upon deliverability while reducing the cost of each package delivered. Why now? We experienced 10 years of growth over the past year during COVID in just a couple of months. The landscape is made up of a number of different players. On the enterprise side, there are solutions that do what PDQ provides, but they do it in an enterprise way, requiring significant resources, a lot of time, and a lot of investment to get there. On the SMB side, we're the only ones today that provide this end-to-end solution, beginning with checkout all the way through the tracking process. What we saw with Beer Bazaar is that it had a measurable impact on the overall business by introducing the culture of yes. On-time deliveries ultimately translate into happy customers. We're able to deliver as promised on time. We're able to increase the number of orders we deliver every day, and we find that customers come back. We have a solid advisory board, both in the logistics and technology space. We've managed to accomplish a lot in a relatively short period of time. We launched our MVP in April at Beer Bazaar. Since then, we've integrated with over a dozen Israel-based carriers. We have customers on board, paying customers, Soho, which is a home goods store here in Israel, Misnori, which is a fashion brand, and we have a dozen others in our pipeline. We reached a milestone of processing over 100,000 orders just this past January. We're approved as a Shopify partner. We have various partnerships with strategic channel partners in this space. That's us, in short, PDQ. Since we stand for pretty damn quick, I thought it'd be important for us to cover this in a relatively short period of time, but I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Avi. Let's see if we have any question from the crowd. If not, I will have one. I do have one. So I think we are all pretty much familiar with the fact that COVID-19 really changed the necessity of delivering. But do you expect this to continue after? What is your expectation?
It's not just me. I think many studies that have been done post-COVID have looked back and said that what has changed, and there's no going back. We've seen that e-commerce has really replaced and replicated the in-store experience. Amazon showed us what's possible with a great delivery experience, and especially now with last mile and alternate delivery means of delivery, all those different delivery methods have exploded in this space, and customers are now used to the convenience of fast and inexpensive delivery. That's something that they're not going to go back to at any point soon.
Yeah, that's great. I see we have two more questions, so let's start from the Q&A chat. So Eran is asking, so is this the marketplace for connecting the different service providers in delivery with the merchant?
Yes, I'd say, Eran, that's one way to put it. It's certainly that we're middleware that connects any e-commerce platform with any merchant, but at the same time, we're also a one-stop solution for managing the entire process, from the checkout process through delivery, to make sure that the customer expectation is set from the beginning and that we're able to meet that expectation.
Thank you for that. The second question is more detailed. So Eyal is asking, when was the company established? Let's start with this. I'll go question by question.
The company was established in April of 2020.
How much did you raise so far?
We've been bootstrapping, so the money has come from myself, my partner Liran, and family and friends, but we've raised approximately 700,000 shekel, so about $300,000.
And how much are you looking to raise now?
We're looking to raise $1 million.
Yeah, and maybe you can explain a bit more. How do you actually make money? So what is the revenue model?
That's a great question. Yeah, so we're a SaaS model. There are two parts to the equation. One part is that as a SaaS model, we have a monthly subscription, which is built mostly upon the volume of orders that the customer places. We also are a provider. So we're able to process orders for carriers. Many small merchants have come to us and said, we don't want to bother opening up an account with a carrier. They pay us, and in turn, we pay the merchant, and there is some money to be made there as well. We started in Israel, but ultimately our target market is going to be the US.
Thank you for clarifying it. So I think we're ready to welcome Dotan.
Thank you very much. And you made tremendous progress in a very short time, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Really. So let's welcome Dotan from Click2.
All right. You hear me right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for inviting us, guys. Hi, everyone. I'm Dotan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Click2. Before Click2, for me and Erez, my partner, so for 13 years, our company, Big Idea, has delivered summer camps in the fields of technology and digital creation and enrichment programs, and all in person, until last March of last year, it all came to a halt. So what did we do? We have transitioned online, of course, like everybody did. So it's not really only us, but really all out of school businesses in the world has had to shift online just to stay in business. 234,000 American program providers made this shift with the fear of, will it work? Will it be fun? Will it be engaging for the kids? And just to realize that this is actually a whole new opportunity for them to make business in this new world that was just created. So in this past year, live video became the norm for everybody in the world. And those providers who came into this with fear learned that they can actually do amazing stuff with the kids over video, and really delivered excellent programs and gained trust of parents during this year. But I think what's most important is that the online education got the boost that it was waiting for since ever. And not just because of necessity, because families started to move out of the center of the cities. And while school, there might be a solution for locally, but for everything that's after the school, enrichment programs, extra education for the kids, it's limited in the geographical proximity. And now parents are looking for everything, all kinds of topics and niche content online for their kids. Parents also realized that screen time doesn't have to be a waste of time. They really learned this year that screen time can be a time for growth, for enrichment, for education, for socializing over live meetings. So this is a whole new opportunity for this market, for this industry of out of school businesses. But what do they do today? So like big idea when we started, all of them today are creating links on Zoom and sending it by email and putting things on the calendar and trying to organize their content and the list of participants and instructors. And it's a mess. It's a big mess, very hard to organize and manage, while they really need to invest their time and energy in growing their business, but they spend it on this mess. This is why they need one centralized space to organize and to run their out-of-school business. And this is where Click2 comes to the picture. Click2 is this one place to build everything, to run the program, to monitor, to manage the business. So ready to see it in action? Let's take a look on how it looks like, the actual version of Click2 right now. So this is one way to plan and organize enrichment class. Let's say cooking is to run weekly classes. So in this case, we are adding a recurring meeting every Tuesday from now till the middle of April without this one. And that's with one click, we're just creating this course. Now, this is a way to see the agenda, the live agenda for the instructors, for the admins, what's happening right now, hop in and out between the rooms and join the rooms. This is a different type of schedule, a full day of activities from activity to activity throughout the whole day of school or after school program, where instructors and admins can see the list of participants, can take attendance right from here. And then through this access, they also join the room, join the video activity as the moderators. For the participants, they don't need username and password. We have a patent pending technology called PAL Personal Access Link. It's a very unique technology that basically recognizes the participant, takes them into their program when it's time to where they're supposed to be immediately, where they meet their instructor and their friends. That's where the videos can be shared and whiteboards and interactive games can be played. And that's where all the fun really begins. So that's how Click2 looks like really briefly. We have very unique things about Click2, like the patent pending personal access link that simplifies the access to the whole program, business analytics with dashboards of attendance and engagement report that are auto-generated. And we're working on some amazing technologies there. And basically, it's a one place to build everything. When organizers build their business on Click2, it's very hard to leave. We look at ourselves as the Shopify for out-of-school businesses, really emphasizing their brand, their look and feel, and their special niche of content. We just started the company in April, and really quick, we're able to successfully find the product market fit and get customers on board. Right now, we have after-school programs that run on Click2 every day, and we reached the $10,000 monthly revenue mark in December. We have a full go-to-market plan to reach those 234,000 out-of-school businesses. And this is a whole new way to make business in this new world. In the physical world, those providers had to pay fixed costs and overhead fees. Now, all they have to pay is for actual, real, active participants monthly. Our projection is that by December of 2022, 5.5% of the K-12 students in America will participate in online programs monthly or weekly. And out of which we project that 4.7% will be part of programs that run on Click2, which will bring us to a reflection of $7 million ARR. Our team has already successfully delivered amazing product in really short time and created great relationships with our customers. Erez and I have been working together as partners in Big Idea since 2014 and have a lot of accumulated experience in starting businesses in marketing, sales, and creating meaningful partnerships. We have raised so far $650,000, and we now starting the seed round. Just because we have a few more seconds, I want to share with you the long-term version of Click2, where live enrichment education from home becomes part of a daily life for parents and for families all over the country, all over the world. And it's not just the K-12 out-of-school businesses, it's really every kind of online education, because Click2 is designed to support any kind, from schools to professional training to big brands that will start their virtual schools with their niche content. that's it for now. I hope to meet you in person and meet you more in private and have more time to discuss. Thank you so much. Any questions?
Thank you, Dotan. Yeah, there is one question. How much are you looking for now to raise?
Eyal, I'd rather not close it right here in front of everybody because this is going to social media, but we can definitely meet and discuss, but this is a seed round.
Okay. I have my own question. Maybe if you can elaborate about the R&D that you did to actually build the system and create this platform.
So the MVP was developed within 5 weeks. We had no time. We wanted to be ready with a platform for summer camps, and it was the end of April. Summer camps came to an almost disastrous summer without physical camps. So we were able to deliver really quick, mostly because we were ourselves camp people from before. So we knew what they need, what kind of special tools can help them deliver great programs.
Yeah, that's really impressive. Your progress in such a short time. So good luck. And I think we're ready to give it up to Ravit from Wellbeat. Thank you, Dotan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dotan.
So it's a pleasure being here today, and thank you for the opportunity. My name is Ravit Wambardea, and I'm the CEO and the co-founder of Wellbeat. Wellbeat mission is making a difference in people's lives by actually creating a new model that's combining behavioral science with an AI and ML. We are bringing a new human touch to the healthcare. Let's watch a very short video on how we do that.
We have shown in a 6-month prospective study that using Wellbeat, we preserve 3 times more patients in cardiac rehabilitation than usual care in previous years. The results were very statistically significant. Not only we have 3-fold better retention, but also there is an improvement in the satisfaction level of both patients and our healthcare team members. Management receives dashboards that enable monitoring, risk management, and an efficient process. New information and insights flow and enrich existing programs and enable new programs to be developed, even in remote care. It's a success for everyone. This is beneficial for the patient that improve their health, empowers caregivers and their hospitals, and of course, there is a positive return for the payers.
We're seeing at the Innovation Center a lot of startups, but very, very few that deal with psychological and behavioral changes in order to best motivate the patients for their well-being.
How does it work? Every new patient is given a digital questionnaire to answer. With each interaction, the caregiver receives new information about the patient, and the patient can then get a personalized approach. The caregiver answers a digital feedback, and the Wellbeat system interprets it. The system uses the feedback to reassess and update the patient's profile. The patient gets a personalized automated message to his phone because every little touch counts. The system automatically sends a red flag if the patient is not adhering to the program, and the caregiver can then speak with the patient in a way that will get him back on track. And this process of updated information and reassessment continues automatically.
So how come when a patient went through a heart attack and need to now go to the rehab, we still see that almost only 25% came to the rehabilitation? We know that between 70% are non-adhere to the treatment, which brings to a huge loss at the US market alone of around $300 billion a year. The question is, why those patients just can't do it? Why they need our coaching support? What way we can communicate that they will be more responsive and more engaged to the treatment? We at Wellbeat understood that there is a gapping. We have to look at the data completely different than others. We're actually analyzing data in a different way. We understanding the readiness of the patients, his self-efficacy, his level of motivational and barriers, which we believe that it's really important elements in order to know how to communicate correctly with each and every patient. As we can see here, we bring a snapshot for the caregivers to see that patient A would need more details and guidelines, D would need more tools and techniques, and patient H will need more emphasizing in alternatives and choices. When we add Wellbeat and integrate into the payers and provider systems, we see that the patient experience is completely tailor-made to his needs. We understand what will be the right way to navigate through the different omni-channels, what will be the right frequency, messaging, and approach. And the beauty is that the caregiver will receive a new coaching that will tell him exactly what approach to use, what is the do and don't, and what to avoid when he communicates with the patients. So if I want to wrap that up, we actually bring a new behavioral science with the machine learning that really understand the root cause of why a person behave in a certain way and not another, and how we can be at his use and support him on each way of the pathway that he's going through. So we start with a digital questionnaire that is shared by the caregiver or by the payers and providers. And then the beauty is that Wellbeat recommendation engine collecting new data from EMR, IoTs, mobile, and whatever is existing there. Then our 4 different recommendation engines start analyzing all the data. And we actually look at 1,400 different clusters that support us in order to bring the intelligent intervention that we have with the patient. And this is going continuously, and our recommendation engines can learn what will be more effective on each and every patient. When we're looking at other solutions that are out there, we actually bringing the new dynamic patient profiling, understanding that it's really important to personalize the interactions, bring a very simple snapshot to the caregivers to see the do and don't and what to avoid, and even seeing new elements such as risk, persistent, and conflict that we have between what he's seeing and what the patient is actually going through. The management on their side will be able now to see what kind of services will support which different personas, and of course, in what way we can communicate and create the right campaigns that will involve different patients on the journey. We are complied by the HIPAA, GDPR, and ISO, and we have 2 patents under the system. We already shown that it's a proven system. We actually triple level of participation at the rehabilitation center at Chiba from 25% to 75%. And we did something similar in an assisted living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, when we showed that by working with Wellbeat, we double level of participation in social activities and physical activities. Our arena is really growing for sure under the COVID, and it's going to reach in 2025 already $20 billion a year, and this is why to join Wellbeat now. Wellbeat is a B2B service that can really support the payers and providers with increasing the revenue, creating a new patient experience that will bring a bigger loyalty and market shares, and improve the services for each and every one. 2020 was a very busy year. We actually did several pilots in projects in the US, Hartford, Connecticut, Pittsburgh, and with Israeli HMOs and hospitals. And we now just signed in 2020 a very big contract with the IT company who is working with the Fortune 500 payers such as Anthem, Humana, and the Blues. We are signing a contract with a telehealth company and with a CCM, which is a chronic care management. Our business model is very simple. Since we're a SaaS service, we're looking at the 3+1 annual license fee per active user per month with the outcome-based care. And we are thinking for $2 million, and we already secured $650K at the round. We are blessed to work with those co-founders. Myself, I was already working with several global companies, running a P&L of $100 million a year and running distributors around the world. David Washchina worked with several startups that were acquired, and Karen, who is leading all the behavior modules. And this is the amazing advisory board that we have in the US and in Israel. We're coming from ML, AI, behavior understanding, motivation understanding, and others. I would love to answer any question that you have.
Thank you, Ravit. I don't see we have any questions. I didn't see if you mentioned your revenue projection maybe in the, sorry.
So yes, we already have a commercial contract in Israel and in the States. So although it was a focusing of POC this year, we already have a revenue. And this year we're going to have a revenue as well. And I would love to share it with whoever is interested regarding that.
Thank you for that. Okay, I see we have a question. Whether you're looking to expand the R&D to other verticals as well.
So it's an excellent question, and thank you for raising it. We believe that we have to start with the health, since it's quite unbelievable that, you know, the most important thing is our well-being, and we are not taking care of that. But for sure, we will take it afterwards to other verticals as well.
Thank you for that.
Ravita, we've been working together for many years, and it's great to see you. And thank you for coming, and I'm very proud of everything you've accomplished, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. We are proud to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravit. Let's welcome Tal from Crimbo.
Hi, Yarden. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So good evening. My name is Tal. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Crimbo. Crimbo actually enables any financial institution to offer digital assets, just like it's offering any other asset. We do it in a very creative network concept that actually overcomes its existing barriers, mainly technology, regulation, and liquidity-wise. And we do it to serve the huge untapped market of the world's population that haven't bought any assets yet. We rely on our trading experience and on our fiat solution, and we're able to work globally, which is kind of unique. We started from the concept. We actually introduced a fiat solution into the market, got almost 3,000 financial institutions joining it, and now we're actually converting them to use Crimbo, our digital asset solution. So what we actually do is bring digital assets to a bank near you and targeting everyone in a B2B model. Basically, if you look at the market trends, they actually support digital assets. We see a huge drop in the traditional assets, in this case, by the way, the cash and ATMs in the UK, alongside an exponential growth in digital assets globally. Having said that, 99% of world population haven't bought any digital asset because it's complicated, because it's cumbersome, because they have to deposit their funds in advance, and basically because it's against their financial habits as human beings of buying a financial product from a local trusted financial institution. And therefore, exchanges are not the solution. Financial institutions are the solution because they are financially right. They create greater pricing flexibility. They enable you global presence with a local experience, better customer accessibility, obviously provide a regulatory environment. So they're actually right. But those financial institutions today actually face many market barriers, like cost, like the lack of knowledge and skills in that space, how to tackle regulation, KYC and AML in digital assets. Their technology, their core banking technology is not like blockchain technology. They don't know how to mitigate risks, how to create value, how to get liquidity. So basically what we see is that those financial institutions actually stay out of this market, which is very profitable. And actually it's their quantum leap in a way, but they avoid it because they don't know how to penetrate it. And that's exactly what we solve for them. Crimbo enables any financial institution to offer digital assets seamlessly, diversify his business, and while they overcome all of these obstacles. What we do is relies on 3 pillars, actually. We offer them a holistic solution that covers all of their needs. So we kick off with a SaaS solution, a SaaS B2B platform, obviously, that manages the full transaction process, enables them an easy onboarding, and fits any financial institution globally, whether it's a branch, an app, a mobile, or whatever type of institution it is. We obviously cover the regulation aspects, AML and KYC. So just to give you a sense, AML-wise, we cover each wallet 6 generations back across 270 various factors to ensure that those financial institutions are only offering clean assets. And that's obviously very important to financial institutions. But we also cover their liquidity layer in a very creative concept. What we actually enable financial institutions is to create a global settlement between themselves. We're actually creating a network of financial institutions, enabling them to buy from each other. So they actually become a source of liquidity to their peers. So we're creating a network of financial institutions, and all nodes on that network are actually licensed financial institutions. This is obviously disruptive because of the concept to begin with. No one offers a B2B solution in that space, but no one even thinks of offering a network concept in that space. We obviously enable better customer accessibility because of the locations that they can access now. It's a global solution that fits any financial institution globally. We're actually creating new sources of liquidity, the financial institutions themselves. We're creating better rates, clean assets, global mean of settlement that actually eliminates the counterparty risk, all in a regulated concept and environment. This obviously have a lot of advantages over the existing landscape of exchanges, OTC, and brokers in means of better accessibility, better trust, better pricing, higher trust, and ability to work globally. Our V1 is ready, the MVP, and it covers all of the core functionality needed for a financial institution to offer digital assets. And we knew that selling to financial institutions is obviously a big task. So we started by offering them a free of charge fiat solution. It's actually a fiat marketplace named Cambio. And when you offer something for free for financial institutions, obviously they come. So we've got 3,000 financial institutions globally that are using Cambio, and they are our go-to-market strategy. Those financial institutions are actually located in 21 countries and provide an easier go-to-market for us these days. The team was founded by Eyal and myself. I used to manage software companies, media companies, and startups. Eyal actually managed a similar operation in Fiat, and we borrowed some of the concepts to Grimbo from Eyal's previous company. We're actually backed up by a great leading accelerators, a Swiss-based one, F10, and a New York-based one, 365X. And on those accelerators, we were chosen out of 500 startups, which I believe also provides a validation on what we do. In 2018, we introduced Cambio, got 3,000 financial institutions on board, raised $800,000. Today, we're finalizing our regulation and kicking off in the UK. And obviously, within the next few months, we'll be able to work globally because of the concept that we're introducing that enables us actually to rely on the licenses of our customers and to scale globally without the need of having a license per location, which is in that space very unique. We're actually able to exponentially grow because we're not limited by the location. We can attract and work with any financial institution. Thus, we can reach a large number of end customers with minimal marketing costs and efforts. Obviously, those models are very profitable. We're going to charge a fee per transaction and a SaaS fee. And you can see here that the business model down the road is highly profitable. Till today, we've raised $800,000, mainly from angel investors, but also from El Al Airlines. Today, we're raising $2.5 million from a mix of angels and VCs. So we believe the market is there. We believe our team knows how to do it. We have our existing fiat marketplace that enables us to have an easier go-to-market. We have our system ready. We have LOIs signed from major financial institutions. And we believe that timing, and timing is everything, is perfect for digital assets. Thank you.
Thank you, Tal. That was very detailed. Let's see.
Trying to be
Sorry?
Trying to be detailed.
Yeah, I see we do have a question, whether you have income.
So the first solution that we've introduced was a free of charge, and we did not monetize it, not by mistake. We did it because we wanted to get the financial institutions on board. So as of these days, we do not have an income. The digital asset solution is being introduced these days, but it's going to be very profitable very quickly. It's like having a Ferrari in your parking lot. It stands, but when it goes 300 miles an hour.
Can you maybe elaborate more about the pricing model when you start charging your customer?
Of course. So basically, we're going to charge a fee per transaction embedded into the transaction, anywhere between 1% to 2%. But since we're actually networking to financial institutions, we can have the fee from both entities in both sides. And on top of that, we can also have a SaaS fee anywhere between $500 to $1,000 from those financial institutions as a monthly fee.
Thank you for that.
Tal, I wish you were around several years ago. Would have bought some Bitcoin, made more money.
Yeah, for all of us, I think now COVID is a great time for private people to start actually buying digital assets.
So COVID actually paved the way, in a way, for digital assets, if you think of it. Not just the Bitcoin, but what you see now going on in China with the digital yuan, in Ukraine with their currency, with Sweden. MasterCard now enables people to buy and pay with Bitcoin, Tesla, PayPal. So I think that in a way, COVID paved the way for digital assets because we think differently about financial products.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Tal. And let's welcome our last panelist, Bill from Famer.
Excellent. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Hi, I'm Bill Richardson, the CEO of Famer, and I'm excited to share with you how Famer is transforming the way coaches connect with, engage, and train their athletes. Thank you to Gross for having us here today and to everyone for joining. Famer is a sports coaching and mentorship platform that enables large group, small group, and team, as well as personal training programs with interactive feedback. With interactive feedback between coaches and trainees. Famer sits at the intersection of physical and digital training. We built Famer before the pandemic so that coaches could extend and enhance their on-field work. But as you can imagine, over the last 10 months, distance learning and mobile coaching have become an important part of how sports clubs and coaches engage with their athletes. The pandemic has actually shifted user behaviors towards digital training by 3 to 5 years by all measures. We now believe every sports club, coach, and training organization will need a virtual coaching technology partner, and we're excited to be leading the way. In fact, in December, the leading publication for sports technology in the US nominated Famer for Outstanding Technology in all of pro and amateur sports for 2020. We were honored to be recognized as the leader in one of the biggest trends to hit sports, recreation, and fitness in a generation. It's also nice to be nominated alongside such innovative companies like Whoop, some of which have billion-dollar valuations already. We've assembled a world-class team with technology built in Israel, as well as sports industry leaders in the United States. I've personally spent 20 years in youth and amateur sports technology, since being on the management team that led the Active Network from pre-revenue to 250 million in annual recurring revenue, leading to an IPO and $1 billion market cap. So I know this space well. I'm also a baseball and soccer coach for my kids' teams. And I'll say this, Famer represents the single best growth opportunity I've seen in the industry, and we've assembled the team to make it happen. So, coaching the old way, where coaches see athletes on the fields, courts, and gyms for an hour or two a week is broken. It hasn't really changed in 100 years, really. Individual athletes don't get enough personal attention at practice. They don't have a clear plan for what to do the other 5 or 6 days of the week to improve. Parents are out of the loop and can't take an active role in their kids' development. In addition, coaches can only be with a small number of kids in person each week. And for the 1% of athletes who book private sessions, Coaches are still collecting $100 bills on the sidelines of fields and courts all over the world. It's not scalable for the coaches and not accessible to most kids. So Famer puts your coach in your back pocket. It allows coaches to easily assign a personalized video-based training curriculum with communication and feedback loops that helps kids develop their talents and allows coaches to make more money. With Famer, kids everywhere can have access to the world's top coaches. Already, Famer has helped thousands of kids in over 70 countries train with the best. So how does it work? The foundation of Famer's platform is the video library. Famer has redefined how sports training content is filmed and presented to kids today. Famer ushered in short form, actionable mobile video. We live in a TikTok world, and we recommend that coaches keep videos in this short attention span era. We like videos in the 60 to 120 second range. We think that's most effective. And Famer works with our customers to produce a comprehensive library of skills, drills, moves, and concepts that all the coaches within the organization have access to. For our larger customers, we actually send a Famer production video team to their fields to film their coaches with their colors and their sponsors and the way they teach and talk about the game. We professionally edit and upload the videos to the Famer platform. Of course, coaches and organizations can always create and upload their own user-generated content as well. Once the library is set up of content, all the coaches within that organization can create custom workouts from those drills and assign them to teams, position groups, or individuals. We call this play work, and it's custom to each organization's curriculum. Coaches can easily see which athletes have completed the workouts for accountability and can ask their athletes to upload videos of themselves performing the drills. Coaches can provide feedback based on these videos and provide tips and mentorship through group and individual multimedia chat. Famer provides a complete solution that connects the club and coaches with the parents and kids in a way that truly makes learning more fun, speeds up player development, provides an improved experience, and increases retention for the club. So what content works well on Famer? Well, skills and drills are the foundation of what we see on Famer. But over the last year, especially, we've seen a tremendous amount of mentorship from coaches in the form of mental health and wellness advice, which has been really inspiring and necessary. We also see a lot of content related to things that coaches just don't have time to get to on the fields, such as nutrition, strength and conditioning, game film, and of course, fun challenges and trick shots. So phase one, go to market. Famer's ideal for any sport or physical performance activity that can be improved with quality coaching. We're focused in phase one on the youth sports market. We're targeting the 30,000 high-end clubs in the United States with paid coaches, the 1.8 million coaches and trainers who make money coaching, and the largest national organizations to bring world-class coaching to the 30 million recreational players in the US who don't have access to paid coaches. So for example, we partnered with the National Basketball Players Association and the Alliance Fast Pitch to bring the best pro players and coaches content to kids globally. So phase two, once we've established a dominant position in the youth sports market, we'll roll into adjacent verticals that will dramatically extend our total addressable market. We're confident that the product we're building and the systems we've designed align nicely with these verticals. Within the Famer platform, there's 3 plans that have different elements of feedback and communication based on the needs of the coach or organization. Famer Play is our broadcast distribution platform. It allows a coach or organization to assign workouts to groups of hundreds or even thousands of trainees and collect subscription revenue. Famer Team is our small group training plan. It allows coaches to create workouts and assign them to their team or position groups. Coaches can track which players have completed their workouts and keep everyone accountable. And unlike Famer Play, Famer Team offers an engaging multimedia group chat feature that provides additional mentorship from the coach and camaraderie amongst the team. Famer One is our individual training plan that allows for totally personalized workout assignment and review of athlete response videos, along with one-on-one chat. And with Famer One, a coach can actually use Famer's Video Lab to do analysis of an athlete's performance video with on-screen drawing and voiceover to share back with the athlete. A coach can provide a digital extension to their in-person trainees or effectively train dozens of athletes one-on-one at a distance anywhere in the world. Famer charges local sports clubs who buy subscriptions for all their athletes. So they typically raise the fee. They charge parents to include Famer's fee. So registration fees for competitive clubs in the United States are typically anywhere between $1,000 and $3,000 per kid annually. So Famer's fee as a SaaS model of $50 to $100 per player works well in that context. We generally net between 10 and 15,000 per organization that works with us. We also have independent coaches and trainers using Famer, and we collect subscription revenue directly from consumers when coaches sign up trainees. So the market, the youth sports market is a $70 billion market globally. Combined with our phase 2 verticals, we see a total addressable market of over $200 billion. Today, we have the leading virtual coaching platform for asynchronous learning, but we're moving fast and constantly developing. So next month, we're launching Famer Live, a fully integrated Zoom experience within the app to provide synchronous training as well as the asynchronous. We'll also be building a self-service platform that will easily scale us from hundreds of customers to thousands of organizations and coaches. We're building gamification features for athletes and reporting and analysis tools to make the app even stickier for coaches and organizations. Next year, we'll build out a full athlete and coach marketplace where any athlete can find a coach and every coach can grow their business. We'll be integrating AI and machine vision to assist coaches in video analysis, as well as integrate wearable data to help coaches and athletes measure progress. So need investment. We're raising $3 million in this seed round with a heavy focus on product and sales and marketing. This provides 18 months of new runway, allows us to launch our self-service features, triple our sales resources, and start to reach scale, over 300 organizations and 3,000 coaches in year 2. We're in the very early stages of a generational change in the way coaching is done worldwide. Famer is the leading player defining how technology-enabled coaching and mentorship can change the game for tens of millions of kids. Every organization and coach will have a trusted technology partner, helping them provide a better experience and make more money. As this shift takes place, Famer is building a household brand and $1 billion company. Thanks again for allowing us to share the Famer story. We hope you'll follow up with us and learn more. We'd love to have you on our team, and I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Bill. Maybe you can elaborate a bit more about the stage that you're in. So I noticed you mentioned you're raising $3 million, but maybe you can tell us a bit more about how much you raised up till today. When was the company established?
Yeah, the company was established in 2018, and we've raised over $3 million to date. There was a pivot in there, so we really only hit the youth sports market in 2019, midway through the year. So our first revenue we collected was in Q2 of 2020, and we're growing revenue rapidly quarter over quarter, and happy to share some of our revenue projections with anyone that's interested afterwards. But we're growing fast, and really, it's been about a year since we've been in the current version of the product.
Thank you. I see we have another question in the Q&A box. Where was the company incorporated, and whether one of the founders is based out of Israel?
Yes, our primary investor so far is based in Israel, and our president and R&D teams are in Israel. So we've got a big team in Israel. It's a U.S. company, and I'm actually in California, and we've got a team in New York. So we're global. The sun never sets on the Famer empire.
And the company, where was it incorporated? The company itself?
It's a U.S. company.
It's a U.S. company. Great, thank you for clarifying it. I think we don't have more questions, so thank you, Bill.
Great, thank you, appreciate it.
I would appreciate if you can allow me to share my screen now. Thank you very much. So I want to thank Bill and all founders, of course, for your great pitches today and interesting stories. I think we reached by now the end of this demo day. So thank you again, everyone who joined us today. And I hope you enjoyed the event and you found value with the presenting companies. I also want to thank Dr. Ayal Shenav and, of course, our firm's marketing director, Kochavit Akunis, for putting this event together with me. And I would love to see all of you in our next demo day. And of course, I will send a formal invitation with the participating companies' information. So make sure you're on our mailing list. And I invite you to ask us any question, or if you want to get introduced to one of the companies, or just want to ask something, contact me directly. You have my email here. So thank you again for joining us, and have a great evening. Stay safe wherever you are.
Thank you. Thank you.